In today's video, I'm going to teach you how to create a self-signed certificate and use it in Salesforce Identity Provider. We'll walk through creating a self-signed certificate in Salesforce, downloading it for safekeeping, and then enabling Salesforce as an identity provider using that certificate. I'll explain what each screen is asking for so you know exactly why you're clicking what you're clicking. You'll want admin access in a Salesforce org and the Lightning experience enabled. Start at your Salesforce homepage. In the upper right, open the gear menu and choose Setup. If you see two options, select the one that opens the full setup area. It may launch in a new tab. Inside Setup, use the Quick Find search on the left. Type Certificate and select Certificate and Key Management. This is where Salesforce stores all org certificates and keys for things like single sign-on, API integrity, and callouts. Click Create Self-Signed Certificate. This opens a form with a few important fields. Enter a clear, descriptive label. A good habit is to include what it's for and the year, so you can recognize it at a glance later. When you move to the next field, Salesforce auto-generates the unique name. You can leave that as is unless you have naming standards to follow. Keep the certificate type as self-signed. That means Salesforce will create and sign the certificate internally, which is perfect for sandbox testing or internal identity provider scenarios. You'll also see an option to make the private key exportable. For this demo, enable it so you can export a key pair if you need to integrate with tools that require it. Just remember that an exportable private key must be protected. Store it securely and share it only with systems that truly need it. Next, choose a key size. Larger keys are stronger and generally recommended. Ensure your connected systems support the size you pick. When everything looks good, click Save. Salesforce now generates the certificate and key pair and adds them to the list. Open the certificate you just created to view its details. From here, click Download Certificate to save the public certificate to your computer. It typically downloads as a .crt or .pem file and is what you'll share with service providers that need to trust your Salesforce identity provider. On the record, you'll also notice options to edit or delete. Edit lets you adjust friendly information, like the label or notifications. Delete removes the certificate entirely. Don't remove a certificate that's referenced by an active integration. Next, return to Setup's Quick Find, type Identity, and select Identity Provider. If it isn't already enabled, click Enable Identity Provider. This turns your org into an identity provider for standards like SAML. You'll be prompted to choose the certificate Salesforce will use to sign assertions and communicate its identity to service providers. Pick the self-signed certificate you just created from the drop-down, review your selection, and click Save. That's it. Salesforce is now enabled as an identity provider using your new certificate. If you're not ready to apply changes, you can use Cancel to back out without saving, but in most cases, you'll save to finalize your configuration. At this point, you can share the downloaded certificate with any service provider you plan to connect, and you can use the Identity Provider page to access metadata or issuer details needed for configuration on the other side. Keep an eye on expiration dates. Plan to create and switch to a new certificate ahead of time to avoid service interruptions. When rotating, create the new certificate, assign it in Identity Provider, then distribute the updated public certificate to all integrated services. You now know how to create a self-signed certificate in Salesforce, download it for reference, and enable Salesforce as an identity provider using that certificate, all with clear, secure choices along the way.